hello. Forgive me because I literally, Shooter woke me up to drive him to school. Because if you guys watched the Montreal vlog from March, Shooter had actually gotten pulled over while we were driving to Montreal. And because he was going so fast over the speed limit, his license is suspended for 30 days. But he didn't get the mail that it was suspended until last week. Because when you get your license suspended, you have to get it held. You have to like bring it in and you get issued a brand new license. You have to pay to get it back, all kinds. Okay, so that little traffic violation Shooter had is ruining my life, because realistically on Mondays I ain't trying to get up early to drop nobody off at school. I love my boo, but like I'm really not trying to, like, the man woke me up, he's like, babe, I gotta go in 15 minutes. And I was like, okay. Like, I knew I had to drive him today, and I'll have to drive him next week. There's only like 2 or 3 Mondays left in his course, so it's whatever. But I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. A lot of that has to do with the last 3 days, because I'm officially dubbing it the Try Bougie week, because I feel like that's what's just happening this week. Like, everybody's just coming for my neck, coming for my head top. And I am not here for it at all. I am just trying to enjoy my pregnancy and mind my business and keep my skin clear. And I've been doing great, you know. It's been lovely, but this week has been something else. And it's like the week out of hell, and I don't get it. And so I just feel like the devil is a liar. And I'm just not, like, I'm really trying to focus my energy other places, because though I don't consider this to feel like stress, though I don't feel stressed, I still may be, and I don't want to be. I'm more annoyed than anything, and I'm frustrated. Motherfucking Trisha Paytas, she's always fucking breaking down on camera. Like, I can't deal. But I'm just going through it this week. Like, first it was the 2 ladies at Fabricland, and then there was, on that same video that I posted, there was a comment left that like shook me, and I was just, after I read it, I was just like, whoa, like, I need to go pray or something, because it was too much. Yeah, I'm really trying to hold it together for the sake of this video, because I know I'm hormonal right now. I know I'm hormonal, and things are triggering me way more than they normally would. But when I read that the comment's deleted, but when I read that comment on my video, the person had actually left 2 comments, and I'm usually not fazed by comments, but they said something about wishing death on my baby once it's born, and I don't give a fuck how much money I make on YouTube. Stuff like that's not okay to me, and it really upset me. Like, it upset me to where I just had to take a minute. Like, I just had to take a minute after my mouth dropped when I read the comment. It did, and I deleted it. I didn't respond to it. I didn't give him any attention, because I didn't know what the hell he wanted. I don't care. But I had screenshotted it and posted it on my Twitter, just because I was that shocked. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why everybody's trying me. Like, and y'all done told me, y'all done wore my ass. You guys told me that in my pregnancy I'll probably get tried more often than not, especially now that I'm entering my 2nd trimester, because people are just dumb. Like, people don't care. And like, I can deal with the abuse on me all day. Like, you guys, people can say mean stuff to me all day on YouTube, and I don't care. I'm not gonna fucking cry about it. I don't cry about it. But like, when people are starting to talk about my kid, I'm just like, the kid's not even here yet. Like, leave my baby out of it. Like, from the fucking jump, from the time I made my fucking engagement announcement, it's been negativity coming from randoms. Like, why are you here? I don't get it. Like, when I was young and I had a YouTube account, I wasn't leaving nasty comments on people's videos. If I didn't like the video, I would click dislike and get the fuck out of here. Like, what the hell? So I don't get it. Like, there's no point to even try to understand people like that, because it's just like, why are you that angry, so pressed, so mad, coming for, first the comment came for black women. I'm saying that it's a comment coming from a black man, because those are the only people that like to, those hotep accounts, like they're the only people that seem to leave comments degrading and dragging down black women and saying stuff about why black men stay away from black women and this, that, and the third, and just pure evil. And it doesn't make sense to me, because the thing with my channel is, because I'm black, and yes, there are plenty of racist people in the world that do not like black people, I don't find that racist white people come to my channel and leave any sort of disgusting comments unless the video triggers them to. That video had nothing to do with white people at all, and there would be no reason for a white person to come and leave that comment. What does a white person know about black men staying away from black women? Like, that's not even facts. That's not even accurate. Like, what do you, like, I'm not even going to talk about that right now, because I'm just going to get angry, because it's a constant thing of black women being dragged on the fucking internet for no reason. Like, we didn't do anything to anybody, and then we get labeled as angry. Why wouldn't we be angry if we're constantly being ridiculed, being dragged by our own people, by our own men? Like, what? I don't understand. And we're just supposed to lay down on tech? Fuck? Are you guys dumb? Like, ugh. I was literally driving home just now, and I had to keep, like, I had both my windows down, and I just kept playing the same two songs over and over again. Signs by Drake and Element by Kendrick. And Element more... Signs, like, puts me in a good mood. Element more makes me feel alright. I don't know if you guys understand that, but it's just like a mood. Like, Element is like mood for life, you know? Yeah, I was listening to those songs, and I just had to keep my head clear, because I would have fucking crashed my car. Like, I would have fucking crashed my car if I was thinking about all the things that have been going on. And of course they were toggling in my head, but I just had to stay focused. So I'm driving. I dropped Shooter off at school, and so now I'm driving back home. And on the buses out here do not give a single rat's ass about the cars, the little tiny coupes in the lane beside them, because the buses are on the side of the road, on the right side of the road. Basically, once they are coming out of their spot, you're supposed to give them the right of way. I was going maybe 65 kilometers per hour, and the bus was pulling out. On more than one occasion, a bus has almost smoked me because they don't check. They just feel like they can just fucking go. And so I decided that I was gonna switch lanes and go into the other lane, because I'm not trying to get smoked in my car. Like, it's not like, I was just like, you know what, everybody try me this week. The last thing I need is for a bus to smoke my little fucking coupe. So I decide to switch lanes. I turn my indicator on, I speed up, and I go over to the left lane away from the bus. So the bus had room to get out, and then I would just switch back into that lane after. Like, I would go past the bus and go back in front of the bus, you know what I mean? So I switched lanes, and I made sure that I had enough space between the car that was coming in the left lane and my car, because I ain't trying to get smoked by him either, or her. I don't know who was driving, because I didn't look. I didn't look at the driver, I didn't look to see if there was room to go, okay? So because people are impatient, I switched lanes. The car's like, "Meh, meh." Like, no, do not honk me. There's no need to honk me. We all have places to go. It's not that deep. We did not have a collision. You didn't almost have a collision with me. You're just like, the driver was trying to speed up so I couldn't come over, basically, because he was going slow enough for me to come over, saw that I wanted to come over, so he tried to speed up. Like, don't do that. That's unnecessary. I'm gonna be out of your lane in a second. Once I get into the left lane and the bus pulls into the lane that I was originally in, I speed up, I go over to back in front of the bus. So I'm driving, and the car that I had cut in front of is now pissed. So pissed that 3 separate times he or she cut in front of me and then just went back into their other lane. And I'm like, I'm not upset about this, like, because I knew what I knew that was the type of driver that the person was, especially because they honked at me. So I automatically didn't get upset. I was just listening to my Drake, I was vibing in the car, I was tapping on my steering wheel, and they're getting even more mad because I'm not paying attention to them. So So they did that 3 separate times, and once they realized I'm not gonna honk them, I'm not gonna react to what they're doing, they just ended up speeding off and going to where they needed to go. Like they were literally in the left lane to turn, but kept coming into the right lane so that they could cut in front of me. Unnecessary behavior. Like, I went in front of you and I came right back out of your lane. So why are you bothering me? Like, leave me alone. And then I have an issue with one of my neighbors, okay? I'm just here to rant, you know. I just need to get these things off my chest. So I have this neighbor that has a little child, okay? The kid is probably 1.5 because he don't look like he talk. No, he said hi to me today. So I'm gonna say that the neighbor is, no, I think he's 1.5. Like, he's the high by no stage. You know when kids be saying no, 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 no. Okay, that's the stage that the child is at. Cutest little kid. So on more than one occasion, when I'm pulling in, first of all, Ottawa is just pothole central, okay? They don't fix the roads for some reason. I'm like, this is the capital of mother effing Canada. Fix the roads. There's potholes everywhere. My car is forever going like this, on like a damn roller coaster on the main roads, okay? But then when you turn onto my street, there is like 4 giant potholes in the middle of the road. And so you can either drive over them, drive on either side of them. But if you are going to drive on either side of them, you would obviously drive on the side that you're supposed to drive on. Like, you would be on the right side if you were coming in, and on the left side if you were driving out. So I like to avoid the potholes. I don't drive over the center of them. I drive on the right side of the road to get to my house. So for some reason, instead of hopping in her car and going to a park with her kid, she always wants to play in the parking lot of the townhouses, okay? It doesn't make any sense to me. There's too many cars. The kid is 1.5 years old. He should not be out here in a parking lot walking around. Like, if you want to take your kid for a walk, there's literally a big field. Not even, it's in the complex. Like, where I live, there's a big field she can take the kid to and play in the grass. You know what I mean? She lives, but she has him running around in the damn parking lot. And so I am in the parking lot now. I'm trying to drive to get to my house. I see the kid and I don't see the mom. So I'm like, oh my gosh, the kid is just out here ready to get smoked by somebody's car. Like, don't have your kids out in the damn street by themselves, number 1. Number 2, take his ass to the park. It's nice outside, or it was nice. It looks a little gloomy now. But, like, take your kid to the park. Don't have him running around the parking lot, because if he's so tiny that if I didn't see him, or God forbid I wasn't paying attention, he would have got run over. Like, I don't want to kill anybody's child. I don't want to run anybody's kid over. I just want his mom to take him to either the park or to the grass or somewhere safe to play, because I don't know why she comes out of her house, walks around the parking lot like that's exercise for the kid. Like, take him somewhere else. End of story. Am I wrong for feeling like that? Like, am I? I don't know. Either way, that's the second time he was in my way when I was trying to get to my parking spot. And when she saw that there was a car coming is when she ran over to the child. Why was he by himself? Like, he's 1.5, you guys. Like, why is the kid by himself? She ran over to him, picked him up, and she once again stood on the side of the road that I was driving on rather than the opposite side where it was safe, which made no sense to me. So I had to actually swerve around them to go park. And then she's like staring at me. I'm just like, my gal, like, you are in my way. I'm not trying to get no charges hitting nobody, hitting you, hitting your kid. Like, I need you guys to be on the left side of the road. If you see me driving on the right, don't pull him to the right side of the road. And the joke is there's grass on the right side of the road. There's a curb, there's grass, and a little, it's not even a sidewalk. There's just a little concrete there that you can stand on. She always just stands in the road. Why are you standing in the road? Get on the grass and let me drive past. Like, I don't get it. Where is the logic? It's like she has no friggin' sense. She drives me nuts. Oh my god. And so I'm just, you know, she didn't try me, but I just need people to have more damn sense when they're with their pick-me. Like, come on. Come out of the Bombaclat Road. Like, I don't have time. I really don't. Like, I'm so annoyed, you guys. I'm so annoyed. Everything's pissing me off. And last but not least, last night on Instagram was something else, something I've never experienced before. And I was just like, the devil is a liar. So my landlord story time from a year and a half ago, maybe it's not been 2 years, I don't think. My landlord story time from 2016. I referred to my landlord as a Chinaman because I'm Jamaican, okay? And in Jamaica, that's how Chinese people, Chinese Jamaicans are referred to, Chinaman. Like, nobody knew that this was some sort of racial slur, and so somebody must have seen that video that was Chinese and they were offended by it, and so they decided that they wanted to call me out about it. And I was just like, what is going on? And so immediately I was on the defense because the post that they called me out in, they tagged my name and they said that I called my landlord a Chinaman, which, by the way, he is Chinese. He's not any other nationality. He was Chinese. It wasn't like he was from Korea and I was calling him a Chinaman, because that I can understand being upset at, because I can understand that that's mad racist. Like, you can't just go around calling all Asian people Chinese. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I had no idea it was a racial slur, so fine, whatever. My issue was how it was approached, because automatically, if you call somebody out the way they called me out for it, you're gonna be on the defense. My comments weren't posting because they have certain words on their Instagram blocked. So I was trying to state that my landlord called me the N-word and it wouldn't post, and I didn't know it wasn't posting because I could see it, but my homegirl couldn't. So she's like, your comments aren't posting or they're deleting them. And I'm like, I can still see my comments. She's like, maybe it's blacklisted. I'm like, oh, okay. So I decided to space it out. So anyway, the person came for my whole entire existence, and the post was unnecessary to me because they were trying to make it seem like it was just a post about racial slurs towards Asian people, and I had no part of that. Like, I'm not out here calling Asian people out of their name and doing all kinds. I did not call my landlord a Chinaman because he called me the N-word. I called him a Chinaman simply to call him a Chinaman. I didn't know it was offensive. And so I was pissed because I'm just like, why is this happening right now? Like, what the frig? So my initial comment was to just remove my name from the post, because the post was going in about racial slurs, and it kind of made it seem like I fell into that category of just randomly using racial slurs for this, that, and the third, and I didn't like that. The person was trying to make it seem like they wanted to educate, but at the end of the day, if they wanted to educate me, they could have just reached out to me in the DM and said, hey, this term is offensive. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it is. Can you not refrain from saying it? And I would just be like, my bad, didn't know. Sure, you know what I mean? Because I'm not out here saying it on a regular basis. I did, like, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay. But it was like we were going back and forth for so long. They were telling me to Google that term, and so I Googled it because I was just like, a lot of people didn't know. There was Chinese people commenting that they didn't know it was a racial slur. There were black people commenting that they didn't know it was a racial slur. White people. Like, a lot of people didn't know that that was a racial slur. So it wasn't just me that didn't know. I used it. It is what it is. I'm not going to let people beat an apology out of me for saying something like that, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to mean the apology. If I owe anybody an apology, it's to the man that I called a Chinaman, not even knowing that it was a racial slur, because I didn't call him that because he called me the N-word. I called him that to call him that. And that's the friggin' difference, because they're like, you can't fight fire with fire. I'm like, I didn't fight fire with fire. That's not what I'm saying. My point is to say that I knew that the word chank was offensive, and I purposely did not use it in that video because I am not racist, and I shouldn't have to prove that I'm not racist. I'm fucking black, bitch. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? If you want to call me discriminatory, sure, go ahead, but even that's not facts. Like, you know what I mean? But I was just like, why are these people coming for me right now? Like, don't start with me. And every single time I commented, they would screenshot the comment. Well, no, that's not true. Not every single time I commented. They screenshotted the comments that they wanted to screenshot, posted them on their Instagram, and would like make a new caption for it, and then people would comment. And my initial issue with them tagging me in the post, the first post, was because their followers were coming to my page and commenting stuff on my page and attacking me for nonsense, and I'm just like, this is all unnecessary. Like, obviously your intent was not to educate, because if it was, this could have been handled completely differently. But out the gate, you attacked me, you called me a bitch. So I'm like, how are you guys gonna come for me, but you guys are using terms that are demeaning to women? Like, don't call me a bitch, because I don't know you. Me and you are not homegirls. You ain't saying bitch. That's not how this goes. Like, no, if I don't know you and you don't know me, you're not gonna call me a bitch. And then they tried to recant and say they weren't calling me a bitch. It was an expression. Okay, well, Chinaman was an expression. What do you want? So all that stuff popped off, and I was just like, they're trying to call me Jeffree Star and all of this, and I'm just like, you guys are doing way too much reaching. It's not even funny at this point. Like, I don't know, it was hours that it was going on for, and it just got to the point where I was just like, look, I've already acknowledged it. I've already said it might not have been right, but I said it. I said what I said, and I'm not going to apologize to y'all until, like, no, he called me the N-word. I called him a Chinaman. Didn't know it was a slur. Now I know it's a slur. I'm not going to call anybody else that ever. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm unaware of something, I'm unaware of it. And I'm not the only person in the world that's unaware of it. It's not like the N-word where everybody everywhere knows that that is not okay. You know what I mean? Nobody knew. Nobody. So let's not even go there. You know what I mean? And so they were just trying to make it something that it really wasn't. And the fact that I acknowledged it on more than one occasion and they just kept going in was just ridiculous. Like, I just couldn't deal. I just could not deal. And so Shooter was actually getting mad at me because he's like, why are you responding, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, they tagged me and people are coming to my Instagram to harass me. It was just bare harassment. And I'm just like, I don't need this right now. And so obviously I'm going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed because all of these things just kept happening. And good God almighty, honestly, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't even know what to do. But like, the joke is, I said, you know what, okay, because somebody had commented and said, talk shit, get hit. Hit who? Girl, I said I'm at the point in my life, at the stage of my life where I can book a flight to whoop your ass and take myself back home. So guess what? Leave your address. I said, this can all be solved right now, you know. Leave your address and I will book the flight because this is ridiculous. Like, and the person ignored what I said about leaving the address and only acknowledged what I said after that, which was that they keep trying to flip what I'm saying because I would say stuff and they were trying to flip it to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. Like, they were trying to say that I was still using racial slurs when I am, one, defending myself, and two, which I shouldn't have to, and two, I'm providing examples of things that I didn't say and wouldn't say because I'm not racist. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody knows that is racist and that you can't say that, you know? Whereas Chinaman in Jamaica, that's what we say, and that's what the Chinese people in Jamaica call themselves. And people in Toronto, Chinaman, China gal, like, you know what I mean? So that are actually Asian, that are actually Chinese. And so it was just like a whole bunch of foolishness. Honestly, it was. And I was just over it. And I didn't feel stressed last night. I didn't feel upset last night. I was irritated because I was just like, they were just annoying me. I knew it wasn't gonna stop regardless because when I was already tagged in that initial post and there's like some Chinese army coming for my life, even if I was to respond, even if I wasn't to respond, it would have been some bullshit either way. And so I was just like, fuck it, I'll respond because I got all the time in the world. Like, that's the thing about me. You can't cyberbully me, honey, because I got time. Like, I stand up for my own self. Like, you're just not gonna come for me. You're just not gonna do it. And if you do, then I'm gonna respond, and it is what it is, you know what I mean? And somebody had the nerve once again to bring up my child into this nonsense, and I'm just like, if it's about me, it's about me. And you know what, those are the stuff I do not like. When I see stuff like that, I don't respond because that's a whole different level of anger and upset. And somebody else had already checked them on it. I just pretended like I didn't see it because I don't want to take myself there. You know what I mean? I don't want to be angry and upset. Like I said, I'm just trying to enjoy my pregnancy, enjoy the next 5 months, and mind my business, drink lots of water, take my Materna, eat, gain a little bit of weight, which I did. Hey guys, my last visit to the doctor, it was 4 pounds. It's just a lot, and I'm thinking I might stay inside for the rest of the week because I really just don't want to be tried. But I do need to go do my eyebrows. The only problem is I don't really feel like going to St. Laurent. So I don't know, but I just wanted to give you guys a little synopsis, give you guys a little rant about what's been going on these last couple of days, because I'm fucking tired, okay? I'm so tired. I'm over it. Like, I'm just not going to deal with the slander. I'm not going to do it of any sort. And people need to get over themselves, because let me tell you guys something. In 2000, I was talking to Paris, and I'm just like, yo, do you remember me and Paris got to experience something a lot of people didn't get to experience? If you weren't on Twitter back in the day, like before 2013, you didn't get to experience the internet before everybody was so overly sensitive that it's painful to witness. Like, the internet before, you guys, like, anybody could say anything and nobody looked at you as anything crazy. Like, you weren't looked at as racist, you weren't looked at as offensive. Nobody was offended. Everybody would just laugh at the jokes. Everybody would just be cool about everything. And then out of nowhere, after 2013, chat, I don't know what happened. I don't know which sensitive asshole ruined it and said that's not funny, that's racist, but a chain reaction to happen, and now everybody's overly sensitive about everything, and it drives me insane, because that's not how I grew up. Like, that's not how we grew up. And we're not interested in the bullshit. Like, we're not interested in being overly sensitive. Like, everybody's so triggered for everything. Everybody wants to be oppressed now. Everybody wants to cry racist and pull a race card. Like, no. When I was in high school, my Asian friend used to call me weave them, and I wasn't even wearing weave. What the frick? I don't know what we called her, but we was all cool about it. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't care. Like, it wasn't a big deal. Now, if somebody were to call you weave them, you gotta get offended by it. Like, nah, it's not that deep to me. Like, I don't care about that stuff. It's so whack. Like, there's so many other things going on that's not important. You know what I mean? But I miss those times. I truly do, because it was such a good time. Like, you know what I mean? It was a bomb-ass time, and we'll probably never get that back, but I'm glad I got to experience it. And I mean, if you didn't get to experience that, like, 2009 Twitter was popping, okay? 2010, 11 Twitter popping. Everybody is just in their feelings about everything. And like, in 2009, there was no slander on black women on the internet. Let me tell you that right now. Like, it was never like that. It was never about race. Like, everything right now is about race, and it's so annoying. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm so over it. Like, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Everything is not offensive. Everything is not meant to be offensive. Everybody doesn't mean everything offensive. You know what I mean? There was a time, if you were white, you could sing along to a Lil Wayne song and nobody would bat an eye, okay? Everything was like copacetic, you know? It was just okay, but now it's not, and you can't do anything without somebody raising a brow or getting pissed about it for no fucking reason and trying to make it be something that it's not. And let me just say this, because the person that was running the account last night said that they can just imagine the Storytime title now. Storytime calls me racist for saying Chinaman or some foolishness like that, and I'm just like, why are they really trying to paint me as a racist or being racist towards Asian people? Like, that's never been a thing for me. I never cared to be racist towards anybody ever, you know what I mean? First of all, it's one thing to call me out for saying something I did say and trying to educate me, which they did not do, but it's one thing to do that, but don't go around saying that I'm going to be making a Storytime title with the word in it and this, that, and the third. And then having the nerve to say that, like, when I'm responding to their stuff, saying, they're trying to say, don't say this because you're not Asian and blah, 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 blah. You can't say that word, refrain from saying it. I'm like, I'm explaining something to you and you're not about to tell me I have to censor what I'm saying to you when you guys came for me. You guys came for my head, trying to put my head on the stick like this is Lord of the Flies, bitch. No, no, and mother effing oh, it don't work like that, okay? It's not going down like that ever. If you come for my life, if you come for me, I'm going to respond, and I don't care if you like how I respond or not. I'm gonna speak my truth. And guess what? They were pissed that I was not apologizing for it. If you guys have to ask for an apology, it's not going to be sincere. And quite frankly, the only person I owe an apology to is the damn man that I said what I said about. I'm never gonna get an apology from him, so he's not gonna get one from me. Like, you know what I mean? If I say, I'm sorry you guys are offended that I said something that I didn't know, it's like, that's not an apology. It's not. And you're not gonna beat one out of me. You're really not. And so they're saying I Jeffree started the situation, but I really didn't. So I don't give a fuck. I don't. I'm so sorry about it. Like, get over it. Get the fuck over it. Story time was funny as fuck. Get the fuck over it. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't say something to be offensive, I'm not out here calling people the N-word. I'm not out here calling white people honkies. I'm not out here doing anything of the sort. He called me the N-word, and the least I could do is repay him the favor. Not knowing that it was a slur is completely irrelevant. It's a slur at the end of the day. I'll never call anybody else that again, and that's all that freaking matters. If my behavior was to respond to the people that tried to come for me last night using racial slurs, then okay, call me out about it. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm a bad person. But no matter how deep they were digging in my ass, I never did that because that's not who I am. You know what I mean? I'm not that person. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to try to hurt somebody's feelings even if their intent was to hurt mine. Like, no. They were calling me bitches and hoes and all kinds and saying stuff about my child, and I still did not resort to calling them a racial slur. That should have told them something, because if I really did not give a fuck, I fucking would be racist AF and call them any name in the book that I wanted to. I knew at the time that the word was offensive, and I didn't call the landlord because that's racist. You know, I knew that and I didn't use that, so that should tell them something. The fact that I didn't know Chinaman was a racial slur and I used it is completely different. They wanted me to apologize. I said to them, I will apologize when I get an apology from him calling me the N-word. I think that's fair. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's my week so far, and it hasn't even been 7 days, and I'm gonna go make my breakfast because I need to eat. But yeah, I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.